Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Anthania and today we're going to be talking about Reddit once again. I basically filmed a video a couple of weeks back about the subreddit Am I the Asshole? Someone commented on that video saying that they thought that stood for Am I the Antagonist? I feel as though saying that is less likely to get me demonetized, so Am I the Antagonist works for me as well. Just talking through some of the scenarios, giving my opinions, and I just thought I'd do it again because you guys seem to like it. I enjoyed filming it. You know, this world is a crazy place. We keep on getting these beautiful scenarios to just talk about, so why not? If you're new to my channel, basically I talk about med school, university, lifestyle, and I throw some commentary in there as well. So if that sounds good to you, feel free to subscribe and keep watching this video. Once again, I'm going to be reading the scenarios off my phone and also putting in like the actual post here so you can read it for yourself. So without further ado, let's get reading some of these posts. First scenario: would I be the antagonist if I asked my fiance why he didn't get me the ring I wanted? The poster, so OP in a situation and their fiance were looking for engagement rings. OP says that she doesn't like traditional rings and she'd found the ring priced at $150 that she really liked and she told her fiance. He didn't get her that ring. This bit cut off for some reason, but basically OP's fiance made her a ring instead. The original poster said that she loves the sentiment and she loves the fact that the fiance made her the ring. However, it does seem to be a bit delicate, so she can't get it wet. The rhinestones that have been glued onto it are falling off and she doesn't want to lose the big stone in the ring. OP's main concern is the fact that the ring that she pointed out to her fiance that she liked was only $150 and she's starting to wonder whether her fiance thought that she wasn't worth the $150 out of his paycheck to basically just make her happy, and is asking whether she would be the antagonist if she asked her fiance why he didn't get her the ring that she wanted. Just kind of jumping straight into this one, no, I don't think that the original poster would be the antagonist for asking their fiance why they didn't decide to get the ring that they decided on. Engagement rings can be really expensive. I've seen some people's engagement rings and then I've seen the price tags attached to the engagement rings and it's a bit crazy. Now, is that saying that I wouldn't want to have a nice flashy engagement ring? Maybe not a flashy one, but I definitely want it to be nice, so I can't really talk or anything. However, I do think it's a valid question because A, they decided on the ring together. OP and her fiance went out together to look at these rings, and it sounds from the post that the fiance was there when she identified this ring that she wanted. If they'd already kind of agreed on getting this ring, I don't know why the fiance wouldn't have just gotten her the ring that she wanted. With regards to how much it costs, I'm not currently working full time, you know, I'm living that student life. I'm not bringing home a paycheck. I don't know what the fiance's obligations are like financially. However, from the prices I've seen for engagement rings, $150 doesn't really feel like that much. And if OP is saying that the fiance has a good paying job and stuff, like this is the person you want to spend the rest of your life with, spending $150 shouldn't really be that bad. Of course, now, I don't know, maybe something else is going on behind the scenes. Maybe he's planning to do something spectacularly amazing and he needs to save every penny that he has. In my opinion, $150 shouldn't be that deep. It shouldn't be that hard to spend $150 on the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. I get the sentimental value of it. I do get that it can be seen as a cute thing to make a ring. Your blood, sweat and tears have gone into it and everything. I just think it's unnecessary in this situation. The fiance already knew explicitly what ring OP wanted, so I don't really understand why they didn't just get it. I think OP is well within her rights to ask her fiance why he didn't get the ring that they chose together, basically. I don't think it should be a nasty thing or it should be seen as an attack. I think just genuinely, even I am kind of interested to know like why he didn't want to buy that particular ring for her. But yeah, OP in this situation, not the antagonist. Next scenario: am I the antagonist for speaking to my baby in my native language? OP is saying that she became pregnant with her partner. During the pregnancy, her and her partner have spoken about her teaching the baby her native language, which the partner agreed to. Since then, the baby's been born and the partner's now gotten back on what he said, basically saying that the language is completely useless because nobody in the UK speaks it and that he doesn't want OP teaching their baby the language. He tells her off for doing it apparently, although she's sought out advice from pediatricians and health visitors and they've said that they think it's fine. OP commented that this is the way that she feels that she bonds with her baby the most, but her partner thinks that she's the antagonist for carrying on to speak to their child in her native language. She also comments that she speaks to her child in both English and the native language, so the child does hear her in both. Is she the antagonist? I feel like I'm already going to come into this one a little bit biased. I am from the UK, but I am Nigerian, so I can relate to the story a little bit. When I was young and till now, my parents spoke to me in both my home language, Yoruba, and in English. And as you can see, you know, I can speak English absolutely fine. I can't speak Yoruba to the same level, but I can speak it a bit and I can understand it quite well. I do think that teaching children languages young is the best time to do it. It's mentioned in the post that babies' minds are like sponges. They can just take loads of things in. And you see that children who are taught how to speak more than one language from young often become bi or multilingual, which is such a good skill to have in this day and age. I also think it's kind of mean of the OP's partner to be insulting the language like this, like saying that, oh, no one speaks it in the UK, therefore it's not useful to teach it, blah blah blah. If that's the way that OP is bonding with her child and that's the part of her culture that she can impart on her child, why would the partner want to stop this? I think it's kind of disrespectful as well. The reason that loads of native languages are dying out is because people aren't teaching them to their kids, so the languages are dying with the older generations. So I don't see a problem with this, especially now that the health visitor and the pediatricians have been saying that it's okay. I also think it's kind of weird that OP's partner went back on what he had originally said. When OP was pregnant, it was fine, but now that the baby's actually here, he's kind of regressed and doesn't like it. I'm thinking that maybe OP's partner feels excluded or doesn't like the idea of the child and OP knowing a language that he doesn't. But then, simply put, he could put in the effort to learn a little bit of the language as well. So no, I don't think that OP is the antagonist in this situation. I also think that OP's partner is actually handling this whole situation so insensitively. There's no need to be rude about someone's culture just because it's not widely appreciated. I just don't like the idea of all these different cultures and languages dying out with our current generations. I want these things to be preserved. OP is not the antagonist in this situation. Next one. Am I the antagonist for proposing to my girlfriend with a video game relic instead of a ring and refusing to buy her a ring after? OP is the boyfriend in this situation and he met his girlfriend 6 years ago in a Skyrim meme page. He wanted to propose, so he got her an amulet of Mara. I'll put a picture here, which in Skyrim it's a symbol of intent to marry, so he thought that it'd be a cute way to propose to her. He got a picnic all ready for her and proposed to her using this amulet, but OP says that his girlfriend was quite sad when he brought it out. He then kind of explained why he had chosen the amulet, and a couple of days later OP's girlfriend says she appreciated the gesture but wanted a ring. He is basically refusing to get her this ring and is asking whether he's the antagonist for refusing to get her the ring. This is really the second scenario I chose about engagement, even though I am so single right now. I think that it's a cute gesture. It's sweet, it obviously comes from the heart, you know, he's put a lot of time and thought into it, which is nice. However, whether we like it or not, according to that Adam Ruins Everything sketch, it was a jeweler's who basically made it a thing that we get engagement rings, and society decided to adopt it. So when people propose to each other, it's kind of expected that you get a ring. Whether you agree with that or not is up to you personally. However, if the girlfriend wants a ring, then the girlfriend wants a ring. Like, majority of people who are proposed to would want a ring. I would want a ring, so I can understand where the girlfriend's coming from. I feel like it must be sad for OP because he obviously thinks that he had gotten something better than a ring for her. However, the fact that the girlfriend is saying to him, oh, I want to have an engagement ring, let's go ring shopping together, it should be more than enough for OP to just get her a ring. Even if someone got me something from my favorite TV show or something like that, or my favorite game, I would still want a ring. I think the fact that OP is refusing to buy her a ring, and I actually got into an argument over this, it's kind of antagonistic. I don't really like that the girlfriend has just voiced her opinion and voiced what a lot of people would say, and OP's kind of flown off the handle and gotten annoyed about it. In this situation, I do think he's being the antagonist. Hopefully they can talk about it a bit more and then he'll buy her a ring. OP in this situation is the antagonist, in my opinion. And my final scenario for this video: am I the antagonist for feeling offended when someone implied I was a criminal? OP in this situation is an older brother. He's gone down to the shops and seen his sister working, so went to go and say hi and to check out his stuff with her. One of the supervisors in the shop came over and said that they have a new rule, meaning that employees cannot check out for their relatives. OP is confused and says, if you're accusing me of something, just say it openly. To which the supervisor just says that it's their new rule basically. Opie then goes on to say, if you're not accusing me of anything, then there's no reason to keep me from passing through my sister's checkout. If you're doing so, it's because you think one of us is going to steal something or whatever. Either one or both of us is being insulted for no reason. At this point, the sister and the supervisor say that the brother can go and check out at the next checkout, but he's really annoyed. He makes a big scene, throws all his stuff on the floor, says that he's going to go somewhere where he's not going to be accused of being a criminal. And when the sister gets home, Opie is expecting her to be very thankful that he stood up for her dignity. However, she just gets really annoyed at him and yells at him. He then says that basically he thought that he might have been a bit too harsh with the employee, but that he hopes that the complaint goes up to management so that they get rid of the rule, and he's asking whether he is the antagonist in this situation. I've worked in a number of retail jobs. So I've worked at McDonald's, I've worked at Boots, I've worked at Build-A-Bear, and I've never heard a rule like this before. I've served my sisters and my parents plenty of times when I've been working in all three of those jobs, so I guess it is a surprising rule. However, this reaction just screams entitlement. I feel like it was entirely too much. Yes, it's a rule that I don't think I've actually heard in any of my former workplaces. However, I can see why it could be a rule that was put in place. You know, maybe they've had some bad experiences before and they're trying to avoid that sort of thing happening again. I feel like OP's reaction was completely out of hand to be immediately defensive and accusatory. It's one thing to say, oh, when did this rule come into place? I've never heard of this before. It's another thing to immediately accuse the supervisor of accusing him of intending to steal. It's a big jump to make, and I probably wouldn't have made it. But then at the end, especially, to throw all your stuff on the floor just feels like a little bit too much for me. It wasn't really appropriate, and especially because his sister works in the shop. His sister most likely has to go back into work the next day. It's so embarrassing. Even if he was that annoyed, he should have thought of her and the fact that she has to show her face in there again, even if he doesn't. In this situation, I think that OP is the antagonist. He is, in fact, he's just a straight up asshole for this reaction, 100%. The sister is well within her right to be annoyed at him. He owes her a massive apology because it must be so embarrassing to see all of that on shift and then have to continue working. There are most likely other employees there, other customers there, and it's just childish in my opinion. There was a better way to go about this situation, and OP just chose to act like this instead. That brings us to the end of this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed hearing my opinions. Feel free to leave any of your opinions down in the comments, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. I like seeing what you guys think of these scenarios and these opinions that I put out as well. I find it quite interesting. If you're not following me already on Instagram, I'll pop it here somewhere. If you're not already subscribed, feel free to subscribe, give this video a big thumbs up, and share it with any friends you think would enjoy this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.